Hi everybody. Today I'm going to show you a very special recipe. It's a very popular dish in India and it's called Dal Makhani. If you were to translate it literally, it just means buttery lentils. So this recipe is inspired from Vahchef. He has a channel here on YouTube and all of his recipes are amazing, and this is one of the best dal makhanis that I have had. Now, Vahchef tends to use a lot of oil, butter, things like that. And of course, this says buttery lentils or dal makhani. So where's the makhan? But my recipe is going to be a healthy alternative. So in the original recipe, there is like a stick of butter and a pint of heavy cream or whipping cream. And I'm gonna not use that much because while I want to enjoy the dal, I don't want to feel weighed down. So this is really going to be a very healthy version of the dal, but let me tell you, it still tastes amazing. Dal makhani is really hard to screw up, and so let me show you what this dal is going to be. Here I have about 3/4 cup of black urad dal, 1/4 cup of rajma or red kidney beans, and a little bit of masoor dal. You can only use urad dal and rajma if you want. I have it soaking for about a couple of hours now, but I haven't pressure cooked it. Again, because we are going to use the instant pot and slow cook this, I didn't feel the need to do an extra step of pressure cooking. I have my spice box here. What we are going to need is cumin seeds, chili powder, turmeric, coriander powder. We have some whole garam masala, so bay leaf, cinnamon, cardamom, couple of cloves, and peppercorns. I have ginger garlic paste here. I took about 3 big cloves of garlic and 1 big inch of ginger and then just ground it up with some water. Here's my substitute for butter and cream. This is yogurt. So I just took some yogurt and kind of just mixed it up so there are no lumps, and I'm going to use this. You will see how. Tomato puree. I had about 1 tomato, so I pureed it up. I also have pommy. This is really, I really like this brand, and this is the strained version. They also have like a crushed tomato version. The good thing about this is it's not too sour, and it's actually imported from Italy, so this is really good. So I will be using a mix of these two because I only had 1 tomato in the house. So let's get started. My instant pot is over here and it's hot, as you can see. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil, and I'm going to add about a teaspoon of clarified butter or ghee into this. So the mixture of butter and oil will kind of help bring the temperature up a little bit. So as you can see, about a tablespoon combined. There is much going on there, and like I said, the ghee adds flavor as you're cooking these garam masalas and the tomato, ginger, garlic. So this is now hot. We're going to start by adding a teaspoon of cumin seeds. And sometimes the instant pot, like somehow the oil kind of goes towards the edges, so just push your cumin seeds over there. Don't worry about it. And then there go in the whole masalas. Now all I'm gonna do is directly add the ginger garlic. Now if you want onions, you can use a little bit and puree them up like this as well, but this really, again, I mean, this dal, like I said, tastes completely fine without onions in there, so why to use them? To this I'm gonna add the tomatoes. So first go in the tomatoes I pureed up, mixing it up a little bit. You probably need about at least 3 tomatoes, I would say. So the good thing about the pommy is you can see it has a beautiful color. Okay, so let this cook for about 5 minutes. We want the flavor of the tomato, like the raw flavor, to completely go away. So let that cook. Like, as you can see, my tomatoes have been cooking for about 5 minutes now. So what I'm gonna do next is add some turmeric, red chili powder. You can adjust the red chili powder quantity based on the spice level, coriander powder, continue to cook. At this point, if you pressure cooked your lentils, you can add just the water of that. Again, I didn't do that, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of the water that it was soaking in, and then just I rinsed out my tomato box, so I was just gonna use that. But if you have the water from the pressure cooked lentils, you can use that because that already has a lot of flavor. Again, you can let this continue to boil. Go ahead and add your salt. And at this point, as it's boiling, you can either cover it with a glass lid if you want, so that the tomato, because it's boiling and getting thickened, you don't want it to splutter everywhere. So now if you want to use butter, go ahead and do it. What I'm going to do is instead is use this yogurt, which is a thick yogurt, and I'm gonna put it in and let it go on low heat and just let it thicken up from there. I'm gonna finish off with the butter. So once the dal is totally done, after the whole slow cook thing, is when I'm gonna add some butter on the top, and that is what will give it that flavor that this is dal makhani. But you don't have to use a pint of heavy cream and a stick of butter. So after adding about half the quantity of yogurt that I had out, this is what the tomato mixture looks like. I actually turned off my saute mode because sometimes if the heat is very high, your yogurt can separate, and I did not want to have that happen to me. From here, I'm just going to add the rest of the dal and turn the saute mode back on. I'm going to let this cook for 5-10 minutes. I want it to reach a boiling point before I start turning it off. But there's one more thing. We still need to add the kasuri methi. So let this come to a boil first. Again, if you were using butter and cream, after it comes to a boil, you can add more cream. So that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add the rest of the yogurt once it's at a boil. So as you can see, this has been bubbling for about 10 minutes now. And then I added some kasuri methi. This is dried fenugreek leaves. You can kind of crush them between your palms and add them in. It gives a really nice flavor. I'm gonna finish off by adding the rest of my yogurt, and then I'm gonna turn this off now so that I can put it on slow cook. So there we go. Time to put this on slow cook. Quickly wanted to show you before I close this that the amount of water is in there because this is uncooked lentils. So you can see there is a lot of water in here, and that's fine because we're gonna slow cook this for 6 to 7 hours, and you don't want the dal to become really dry. So it's a lot of water, but that's what we want. It's gonna boil. It's gonna adjust the quantity of your water based on the amount of dal you have, or if you pre-cooked it, you may not need as much. So sealing position, I am going to slow cook this, so slow, and then let it be at normal. I'm gonna put this at 6 hours. It's noon now, so this should be ready for evening dinner time. I will see you in the end and show you what it looks like after we finish it off and garnish with some coriander leaves. Hey, so after 6 hours, this is what my dal makhani looks like. It is thick, so some of the water has evaporated, and I'm just gonna add it back and let it just kind of incorporate itself. So as you can see, the color is really beautiful, and all I'm gonna do is mix this and give it a taste test, and then let me show you how I finish it off. So as you can see, the dal is really well cooked for 6 hours of slow cooked, and just with a couple of hours of soaking, no extra pressure cooker. To adjust the consistency, you can just put hot water. I just do that because I don't want to boil this whole thing again. So just a little bit of hot water helps with just incorporating into the dal if all your water has been absorbed. I'm gonna fish out the bay leaf here just because I can see it. And like I promised you, this is dal makhani, so there is going to be butter. And so again, I'm gonna finish it off with a little bit of butter now. Adjust however you want it, but I'm gonna add it over the top here and then garnish it with some coriander. And there you have it, dal makhani, but the healthy version in the instant pot. Hope you enjoy this recipe and let me know if you have any other requests. I will see you next time with another recipe. Bye.